All right, guys, it is time. The time has come to say goodbye to the Michelin LTX AT2 tires. They've only got about 2,000 miles on them, and like I've said before, they performed very well in the snow, and they do a good job, but they just don't look right on the truck. You can see they look a little small, and they don't look very aggressive. They don't really have any good side lugs on them, and you know, we do get some pretty deep snow here. I like to do a little off-roading, but nothing too crazy. I don't think I'll be going through any deep mud or anything, but I really want to change the look of it. There's a lot of options out there, and it can get a little overwhelming. So let's go to the computer and take a look and see what's going to replace these Michelin factory tires. Let's take a quick look at some tools and the websites that I used, and this may be helpful for you. So the first website I'm going to pull up is actually on Tacoma World. On the forums, they have a tire size calculator, and this calculator is going to be pretty handy if you're moving up in tire size. So you're looking at the factory current size here in the top, and then you want to put your new size down here in the bottom. And what you're going to do then is click calculate, and then you're going to get in this area here the differences between the factory size tire and the tire that you want to put in. It's going to show you the actual difference in inches and do all that math for you. Diameter, width, circumference, sidewall height, everything right here. And you can measure that yourself, and then you can find out by doing a little bit of research online if that tire size is going to fit. Now, what's nice too is they have a little gauge down here that'll tell you how much off your speedometer is going to be thrown. I don't think this applies as much more recently. I don't know how they calculate the speed on my truck, but it doesn't seem to be off at all. I've double checked it with the GPS, and it seems to be dead on. But I didn't go up that much. I went from a 275 to a 285. And if you don't know how to look at your tire size, this first set of numbers here is going to be the width of the tire in millimeters. So we're looking at, on this top section here, a 265 millimeter wide tire. The second number, 70, is going to be the percentage. So the height of the tire from sidewall to inside is going to be 70% of 265 millimeters. And then the R size, the 18, that's your actual rim or wheel size. And so your tire is going to be size 18 for the Tundra that I have. Your Tundra might have a 20-inch wheel, or if you're on an older like Rock Warrior or something like that, you might have a 17-inch wheel. So make sure you go out and look at the tires and get those numbers off the side of your current tire. And you can do a little research on the Tundra forums or just online, searching around to see what is the largest tire that'll fit. It's a question that gets asked the most on every single Facebook group page ever, every day. Down here at the bottom too, they have this little gauge here, which will tell you if you wanted to change the rear end gearing in your vehicle, what you could change it to get better economy or maybe some increased power. But I would stick with everything factory if you're just throwing some tires on. I'm just looking for a little more aggressive look for the TRD Pro than the factory tires. And so this is the tool I used. And I think the size I wanted to go for was 285, 70, 18. Little bigger, little wider, just slightly different, but I just wanted that more aggressive tread pattern, those lugs on the outside of the tire. So let's take a look at a couple websites and see what are available in that size. Now, first website I checked here was Tire Rack, and for that size, 285, 65, 18, I looked at 70, and 70, we'll look here in a second, but this is the size that I settled on. And in this size, we've got some good tires at good prices. So you've got some good all-terrain tires, Grabber ATX, the Dueler, the KO2s, and the Yokohama Geolanders. These are all very different, decent tires. And if you look, here's even the Michelin LTXs that come on the Tundra. It's $300 a piece for a tire, so it's a pretty decent tire. It just doesn't have that very aggressive tread pattern, and the side lugs are almost non-existent. If you come back up here and look at the KO2s, you see that aggressive sidewall lug there for sand and snow. That's what I'm looking for right there. Just that look from the side. It's a little more aggressive, maybe a little wider tire. Now, if you use Tire Rack, they will ship directly to your installer, even if it's Discount Tire, and Discount will install those for you, but they won't give you any kind of warranty, or they won't give you any kind of discounts on their installation fees and fees for mounting and balancing and all that kind of stuff. So if you are going to order from Tire Rack and have them delivered somewhere else, make sure it's worth the trouble, right? So Tire Rack will ship for free, but a lot of times the difference that you're going to save is you could probably make that up at the tire shop if you just buy your tires there. So let's take a quick look here at Discount's website, right? So I saved two different searches here. I did a 285/70, which is the first size that I really wanted. I wanted that size tire. I didn't want to go 295s because I thought that filled in the wheel well, just a little too much. So if we look here at the tires that are open in this size, we've got a lot of almost mud terrain size tires, right? So we've got the open country mud terrain, this all-weather terrain here, the Nitto. But all these truck tires here, there's not very many, and they are super aggressive. So this would not be so great for highway driving, commuting, that type of stuff. You could maybe get away with that with the Ridge Grappler, but I wanted to do a little bit something more subtle, not as aggressive, so maybe step it down a notch. So what I did then was I just did a search size smaller. So same width, 285 millimeter. Now we're doing a 65/18 instead of a 70/18. Let's see how the options kind of open up there. So now it looks like we have the KO2s, the Goodyear Wrangler Ultra Terrains, which are a Discount Tire exclusive tire, the Ridge Grapplers again here in the smaller size, Nitto Terra Grapplers, Wrangler Duratrax, the list goes on and on. The Nitto Trail Grapplers and the Falcon Wild Peaks. These are all excellent choices for this type of tire that I'm looking for. And what's nice about this website is you can actually do a comparison. So if we wanted to compare 2 or 3 different types of tire, we could. Not sure what I'm going to do, but let's go find out. So I wound up going with the Goodyear Ultra Terrains. I thought they were a good compromise between being too aggressive like the MT tires or maybe like the Nitto Ridge Grapplers, and being too subdued like the factory tires. So I'll make sure I do an update video after I've run them through a few thousand miles and let you guys know what I think of them. Right now I'm pretty happy with the road noise, and the only big difference that I've noticed so far is that my braking distance has increased ever so slightly. But other than that, I'm really happy with the way they look and perform so far. So thanks for watching, and make sure you check out any update videos I have on this.